All right, well, here we have three boards. Three classic boards. Super classic, 70s classics. We have a Super Breakout. And we have two Night Driver boards in various disrepair. This one's missing this stuff. This one has one of these. No CPU. Otherwise looking complete. This one has these big ugly things on there. Otherwise complete. Other than this stuff, of course. Okay. Well, this one looks like it's been recapped. So that's kind of cool. This one's been recapped. Mod. I don't know what that is all about. Something to look into. Okay. So first I'm going to do the Super Breakout. So we'll get these out of the way. And look at this guy. Alright. First thing I noticed before doing anything is this thing is not grounded. It has an input and an output pin. But it still has to be grounded. So I've got some steel screws here and a lock washer I'm going to put in there to ground this thing. So I'll do that. I want to replace this socket right off the get-go and get my harness adapter out and figure out what's going on with this. I don't believe this is needed. I think this board, I don't see, yes I do, there are rectifiers right there. Right there are rectifiers. So, yeah, it looks like this takes AC in and rectifies it and sends it over here, is what it's looking like. This is for audio. Those two guys. So yeah, these two guys look like they are the 5-volt diodes, which I would have thought those would be 3-amp diodes, but maybe this thing only needs an amp of current, and then this is supplying a pass for current. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So I will ground that and get my harness out. I'm going to replace this right off the bat before I do anything, because I want to be able to use the fluke on this if I have to. And go from there, see what we got. Ooh, these things are no good right here. Those are no good. These dip switches. I'll probably end up having to replace that. We'll see. Looks like there's some bodgy nonsense up here with this. I don't know what's going on there. Why that's like that. And my camera is about to die. So I'm going to have to charge the camera. So while I'm doing that work, replacing that and everything, I want to put the camera on the charger. And I'll be back. Alright. So I have replaced the socket for the CPU and put a CPU in the board. I put that screw in the regulator to ground it, and we're going to go through and check our voltages. So let me fire it up. Well, good news is I can hear it, so we know that the sound is working. And I'll show you in a minute, but we just got garbage on the screen. And let's look at our voltages. Oops. Yeah, so our 5 volts is great. Right on the nose. And our 24 volts coming in for audio, and then off of the 12 volt regulator we have 1189, and our -5 coming in is -12-ish, and off of the regulator -508. Our voltages are all perfect. Voltages are perfect. Our audio works, we know that. And if I come over here and show you static garbage on the screen. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and put the fluke on this thing, and we'll look at our RAM. There's 8 2101 or 2102 RAMs, 8 of them, and then our 3 EEPROMs, and we'll make sure that we can get to those okay. And I would imagine that's where our problem is going to lie, is in ROM or RAM, probably RAM. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. And voila, I had the fluke on it. It pointed me to the RAM that was bad. The ROMs tested fine, and it had one bad RAM. And my CPU that I replaced with it is obviously didn't work with this. I don't know if this is any good, or I don't know. I pulled a CPU out of one of the night drivers, and yeah. And as I expected, that dip switch is probably no good. We'll try to set it to English and see if it takes. But yeah, looks great. I'll go ahead and try coining it up and playing and see what we get. Okay, I took a minute to go ahead and finish my harness. I added the selector, and I have a C, a P, and a D on here. P in the middle means progressive, and that is basically the standard game. And then cavity with the, cavity in the middle is over to the left, and then double is the D. So that is basically, in the middle is open. And then it, that middle wire is ground, and then there's select 1, select 2. So the way that it is in the progressive selection is it's actually open, and all those lines are pulled high. So these 2 lines are pulled high, and there's no selection, so it actually defaults to progressive. So yeah, that's that. And I wired in test over to my harness, and I got coin and start, and I had serve, and I just labeled it. So now we've got all the controls that we need. So I'll go ahead and put the board back on, and we'll play some Super Breakout. Okay, we're hooked back up, and we'll go ahead and switch her on. And there it is. Excellent. So let me go ahead and set the camera up on the tripod. You know what I need to do is I need to fix these dip switches. Let me do that. I'm going to look up the dip switches, get it back to English, and then we'll play. Alright, there is the monitor. Try to make it look square. I don't know if it's working. The monitor looks crispy, doesn't it? This is the one that I fixed that was in the junk pile. I had to fix the flyback was dangling by one wire. I had to fix it. I don't know if I did make a video on that. It's the one where I put the, maybe I'll link to it. If you want to see the repair on this monitor, I'll leave a link in the description. It's a Motorola XM 501 or 701, however you want to look at it. Alright, so let's coin this baby up and see what we get. Coin and start. Alright. Oh yeah, looking good. Perfect. Serve. Turned it up. Turned the volume up a little bit. This is hard to play. I can't see what I'm doing. This is progressive. Yeah, this dip switch is not, I mean, I got lucky that it's in English, but I set it for no bonus, and I set it for 3 balls to start with. And it started with 5, and it's got bonus on here. That dip switch is no good, so I'm going to have to replace that dip switch. I bet you, let me mess around with these bonus switches. Let's put it in test. How about that? And it doesn't tell me anything about dip switch setting. All right. I'm going to play cavity game. I have this set for, I have it set for 3, I think. Let's try this. Cavity game. I'm going to try that. Coin. Start. Serve. Coin didn't register. Coin. Start. And it is in cavity. Good. It worked. I'm just going to die out, and then we'll try. Alright, now I'll go with, I don't know if it's got a coin in it or not. I'm going to go over to double. Yeah, there's double. So we got double, this is progressive actually. If I start this, it should start progressive. And it didn't. It started cavity. I don't know. Alright, I got some looking into this to do. Let me I'm gonna restart it, and it should come up in progressive. And that's not progressive, I don't think, but that's, if I start it now, it should start progressive. Right. Okay. And it's in cavity mode for some reason. Okay, looks like we might have a input issue because I've got it in progressive and it's coming up cavity. I think. Yeah, for sure. Now let me look into that, and I'll be back. Okay. I've got the dip switches all, I'm going to turn them all off. That resistor gets flaming hot. Alright, I got them all off, I believe, so you should get no beeps. Okay, now I'll turn them all on. Okay, and we'll check them out. They should be all, we should get a beep on all of them. Okay, the dip switch seems to be fine. There are 8312, 9312. 9312 is a mux, I think. 74156 is like, I believe, a mux. Maybe an 8-bit to 1. I'm not sure. I gotta look at the schematic, but one of these chips is funky. Boy, this thing's dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Filthy. Yeah, I need to see what these inputs are being, because they go into either a mux or a, they did it different on these early Atari boards. It either goes into an 8-to-1 switch, which the CPU reads, or it goes into a mux, 4 bits that go to a driver or something. I don't know how they did it, but I have to look at the schematic and figure out. I'm going to go get the air compressor and dust this thing, and yeah, study up on the circuit a little bit, and then I'll be back. Alright, well, I had that thing wired wrong. Well, I didn't have it wired wrong. I just needed to put this little jumper in between those two middle posts. The cavity, that's not, this is cavity. And yeah. It's stuck on cavity. So if we coin up, okay, we've coined up. It's on progressive. That is progressive. Now I can go to double. There's double. And back to progressive. And to cavity. So that works the way that it should. Yeah. And I'm going to have to do a little investigation. I got the pinout from just Googling it. I want to get on the manual and get the actual pinout for this and see if I can get it to go with 3 balls instead of 5. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah. That's 5. Okay. But that switch is working properly. English is on right. I just need to look it up and find out how do I set it to 3 balls instead of 5. So, yeah, it's looking good. Anyway, I just wanted to get that over with. And this thing originally had a TDA1004 amp. And what they've done is hacked in a more common LM380. So yeah, interesting. I'm going to have to document that for my own repairs, because those TDA 1004s are not easily available, and when you do find them, they are not cheap. They are expensive. So cool. Working good. Good Tuesday morning, everybody. April the 4th. April 4. Shots ring out in a Memphis sky. Anyone know what I'm singing there? Or what I'm saying? Early morning, April 4. Shots ring out in a Memphis sky. Comment below if you know that reference. Yes, it was incorrect. The pinout that I pulled off of the internet was incorrect. So we're going to correct it. Sorry, I just knocked the camera. It is supposed to be, and this is, I'm going to set it for English, obviously. 1 coin, 1 play, 3 balls to start, and no extended play. So that is on, which is correct, and then we should be off on, which we are not correct. Okay. Then we should be off. On, off. And then on. That should now be correct. So let's go ahead and plug the thing in, turn it on. I'm going to move you over here. Sorry. So sorry. Let's kind of try to dial this in a little bit. Right? Okay. Let me plug this baby in. Okay, it is plugged in and it is turned on. Now we'll see if it's set up right. Set up correctly. 1 coin, 1 play. So let's coin up. Okay. We have coined up. We have our little paddle here. Actually, I don't think it has coined up. There's cavity, regular, double. That's good. We're back on regular, progressive. And I believe it's coined up. Let's start. Yes, now it is started. And you can still change once you've started. But let's serve. Oh, gotta serve. Okay. And this should be the last ball. Yeah, it works. Darn it. I was hoping to get that up there. But yeah, it's set up correctly now, so yeah. Super Breakout, another one. Fixed. Not a whole lot wrong with this little guy. Replaced that big block ugly socket and put a CPU in it, as it didn't have one. I actually just put the one that in one of the other boards that the customer sent to me. I'm fixing one of the night drivers. I guess I'm using one for parts. Yeah, like this, you know, that came in handy. And yeah, I think he only is concerned with getting one of the night drivers fixed, so that's what we'll do. And this was not grounded, remember. I had to put that screw in there like that to ground that thing. Had a bad RAM. That's really it. That's really about it. Socket. Replace that socket. I think I said that. So that's it. A pretty easy repair. And this thing was showing, I don't know if you remember, it was showing like weird, like rows doubled up and stuff. I don't know if I caught that on camera. This was shorted. This thing right here was pushed up against this chip, shorting it out. This is a 7474, I think. Yeah, it is. So that's probably to do with the start of the counts or something like that. I don't know exactly. Anyway, this thing was pushed up against it, shorting legs out. And once I moved this back, it straightened out. So, yeah. You get these caps like this, you got to inspect and make sure that they're not doing that, shorting something. Is they're, you know, they do that easily. So, yeah. All right, guys. Super Breakout in the books. See you on the next one. And bye for now. Well, I know I just ended this, but this thing has developed a problem. I want you to observe as I coin this thing up. Okay. Coin has been entered. Now I'm going to start game and watch. It serves all on its own. And then the out of bounds sound is supposed to be, you know, and it just goes beep. It serves all on its own. So I know from looking at the schematic that this 9312 is basically an 8-bit to 1 switch. And it is choosing the input, you know, the inputs, and sending them to be scanned by the CPU as a data bit. And what I've done is I took a 9312 and just stuck over top of it and watch how it behaves when I do this. I will coin up. It might not be on there good, but let me start. See, it's not serving. Now I have to actually serve. See that? And I'm going to serve right now. Yeah, so that 9312 went bad. That little switch right there. Remove it. Coin up. Start. All on its own. Yeah. So I will replace this 9312 and continue to let this thing run for a little while to kind of shake it down and try to remove any issues. So let me go ahead and replace that guy. And hopefully that'll be it. Okay, we're back together. Running. 9312 replaced. Let's see how we do. Let's coin. And so far so good. Start. And we should just sit here with no serve. That is what we should get. Now I will come over. Can you switch? Yeah, you can switch right now. Cavity, progressive, double. Keep it on progressive. And move our little paddle guy. You know, he moves really super smooth and good. And serve is right here. Here we go. Serve. All right. Let's try it again. This time I might try to actually play. Oops, I got to coin it up. Did I coin it up? I don't know. I did. Okay. Here we go. Darn it. This is tough. Yeah, never. This ain't happening. Yeah. All right. Well, that fixed that problem anyway. So we are good to go. Excellent. Now I will say sayonara, suckers. Just kidding. I don't know where that came from. We'll see you guys all on the next Classic Arcade Repair. Peace out and bye for now. Hopefully this thing holds up and there's no more failures. If there are more failures, I'll see you later. But if not, bye for now. Thanks for watching.